Last week, a luxury hotel general manager told McKinsey researchers that their facility is their stage and guests are paying for a performance. But here is what shocked me most about this statement. Most men have no idea they are performing. They walk into these marble lobbies, designer furniture surrounding them, thinking they belong. But their behavior betrays them in ways that make seasoned hotel staff exchange knowing glances behind their backs. The brutal truth? Social class signals are observable and reliably associated with individual wealth, occupational prestige, and education, becoming potential signals to others of a person's social class. Every gesture you make, every interaction you have with hotel staff, every decision about tipping becomes a billboard advertising your true social standing. And hotels, they are the ultimate testing ground. Think about it. In your everyday life, you control your environment. Your office, your home, your usual restaurants. But hotels strip away all your familiar props. Suddenly, you are in someone else's territory, and that is when your authentic self emerges. That is when you either reveal yourself as a man of genuine class or expose yourself as someone still climbing the ladder. The reality is harsh, but necessary to understand. In the rarefied world of high society, the subtleties of behavior set the tone for every interaction. Hotels are not just places to sleep. They are stages where your social education, or lack thereof, gets showcased to an audience that includes other guests, staff members, and business contacts who might just be watching your every move. I have seen men worth millions embarrass themselves in hotel lobbies because they never learned the unspoken rules. I have watched others with modest bank accounts command respect through their understanding of proper etiquette. This is not about money alone. This is about the sophistication that separates the truly refined from those who are merely rich. Behavior. 1. How you handle hotel staff reveals everything. The first and most telling behavior that exposes a man lacking true class is how he treats hotel staff. Stellar service, driven by devoted hotel staff, is what makes a great property come alive, and truly sophisticated men understand this fundamental truth. A man of genuine class never snaps his fingers at housekeeping. He does not bark orders at the concierge like he is addressing a servant. When the bellhop helps with luggage, he makes eye contact, says thank you, and tips appropriately without making a show of it. He understands that these professionals are experts in their field, often speaking multiple languages and possessing decades of hospitality knowledge. The man who lacks class, he treats hotel staff as invisible or worse, as obstacles to his comfort. He complains loudly at the front desk about room temperature as if the receptionist personally controls the weather. He demands immediate service without understanding that luxury hotels operate on systems designed for elegance, not urgency. Here is what sophisticated men know. Tipping in luxury hotels is a nuanced practice that reflects both appreciation for exceptional service and adherence to established etiquette. They tip housekeeping daily because they understand different staff members' service rooms throughout their stay. They tip the bellhop upon arrival and departure. They come prepared with small bills because they respect the service industry enough to make the process smooth for everyone involved. The man of true class also understands timing. He does not call housekeeping at midnight demanding fresh towels. He does not expect room service in 5 minutes during the dinner rush. He plans ahead, makes reasonable requests, and shows appreciation for exceptional service when it is provided. But here is the sophisticated detail that separates the truly refined. A high-class man never discusses money in front of hotel staff unless absolutely necessary. He handles payment discreetly, tips without fanfare, and never makes staff members feel uncomfortable about financial transactions. Why does this matter so profoundly? Because your behavior towards service professionals reveals your character more than your expensive watch ever could. Behavior 2. Your tipping strategy exposes your social education. For luxury accommodations, consider leaving $10 to $20 per night for housekeeping, especially if your room requires extra attention or if you have utilized additional services. But the amount is not what exposes you. It is your entire approach to gratuities that broadcasts your class level. The man who lacks sophistication either tips nothing, claiming the service charge covers everything, or he tips excessively to prove his wealth. Both approaches scream inexperience with luxury environments. The sophisticated man tips appropriately and consistently, understanding that you should typically tip about as much for room service in a luxury hotel as you do in a restaurant setting, generally in the range of 15 to 20%. More importantly, he tips strategically. Etiquette expert David Coggins says the exact size of the tip depends on how long you are staying, but generally he goes with $10 on arrival and $10 when he leaves. For shorter stays, $5 on arrival and departure is appropriate. The truly refined man also understands that many luxury hotels automatically add a gratuity and service charge to room service bills, so it is always a good idea to review your bill to see if this is the case. He never double tips accidentally, but he also never uses automatic service charges as an excuse to avoid showing appreciation for exceptional service. Here is the detail that separates the sophisticated from the pretenders. Timing. Leave a tip for housekeeping before heading out for the day instead of depositing a lump sum at the end of your stay. Staff schedules rotate and employees take time off, so this will ensure that the person who cleaned your room receives the gratuity. The man of true class carries small bills specifically for tipping. He does not make a production of it, does not announce it, and never tips in a way that draws attention to himself or makes others uncomfortable. His approach to gratuities flows so naturally that other guests barely notice, but staff members remember him as someone who understands proper hotel etiquette. But tipping reveals something deeper about character. It shows whether you view service as something you are entitled to or something you appreciate. It demonstrates whether you understand that luxury hospitality requires a team effort and whether you are willing to participate in that system with grace and generosity. Behavior 3. Room service etiquette that betrays your background. When room service arrives, it is appropriate to be clothed. It seems that many hotel guests answer the door half-dressed, a situation that can be understandably embarrassing for hotel staff. This basic courtesy separates the refined from the crude, yet countless men fail this elementary test of sophistication. The man of genuine class understands that room service is a privilege, not a right. If you want to order something off the menu, it is considerate to call well in advance of when you would like the order delivered. He plans his meals, makes reasonable requests, and never treats the room service staff like his personal kitchen staff. More sophisticated still is understanding the logistics. Call for pickup of your finished plates. Keeping dirty dishes in your room or left out in the hallway is my pet peeve, specifically when I am staying at a hotel, according to Camille Becerra, chef partner of Ace Hotel Brooklyn. The man who leaves dirty dishes in corridors might as well wear a sign saying he has never stayed in a proper hotel before. The truly refined man also understands that room service is often described as underwhelming, exorbitantly priced, and possibly even repackaged pasta from Trader Joe's. He does not complain about prices or quality as if this comes as a surprise. He either orders room service understanding its limitations, or he makes other dining arrangements. Here is what separates the sophisticated from the amateur: preparation and consideration. The refined man ensures he has appropriate clothing ready when room service arrives. He prepares a suitable tip in advance. He clears space for the service cart and treats the delivery person with the same courtesy he would show a guest in his own home. But room service etiquette goes deeper than basic manners. It reveals whether you understand the boundaries between public and private behavior, whether you can maintain standards even in the privacy of your hotel room, and whether you recognize that hotel staff are professionals deserving of respect, not servants subject to your whims. The man of true class uses room service sparingly and strategically, often for business purposes or when privacy is essential. He never uses it as an excuse to avoid proper dining experiences or as a way to demonstrate his wealth to others. Behavior 4. Noise management that reveals your consideration. According to a YouGov survey on hotel etiquette, 82% of respondents said calling the reception to complain about noisy neighbors was perfectly acceptable. But how you handle noise, both making it and managing it, reveals volumes about your sophistication level. The man lacking in class stomps through corridors at midnight, slams doors without thought, and conducts phone calls in hallways as if he owns the building. He plays music or television at volumes that penetrate adjoining rooms, never considering that business travelers might have early meetings or that families might have sleeping children nearby. The sophisticated man moves through hotel spaces with awareness. He closes doors gently, keeps television and music at reasonable volumes, and conducts important phone calls in private spaces or at appropriate times. A peaceful and quiet environment before bed is crucial for a restful stay, and he respects this for himself and others. More refined still is how he handles noise problems from others. The man of true class addresses issues diplomatically. He speaks quietly to the front desk rather than confronting other guests directly. He gives people the benefit of the doubt, understanding that hotels can amplify sounds in unexpected ways. Here is the sophisticated approach that separates the refined from the rest. The high-class man takes responsibility for his own noise footprint first. He packs appropriately, avoiding shoes that echo in corridors. He keeps phone conversations brief and private. He understands that shared walls require shared consideration. But the truly elegant detail. The sophisticated man often prevents noise issues before they occur. He requests rooms away from elevators and ice machines. He asks about the hotel's busiest areas and chooses locations that suit his schedule and needs. He plans his activities to minimize disruption to others and expects the same courtesy in return. This behavior reveals something fundamental about character. Whether you recognize that your actions affect others, whether you can maintain self-control even when you think no one is watching, and whether you understand that true luxury includes the luxury of peace and quiet for everyone. Behavior 5. Complaint management that exposes your character. How you handle problems at hotels reveals more about your social class than any designer luggage ever could. If the room is not adequate, resolve this immediately with the reception. If there is no response, ask to speak with the manager. But your approach to these conversations broadcasts your level of sophistication to everyone within earshot. The man lacking class creates scenes in hotel lobbies. He raises his voice, makes demands, threatens to leave reviews, and treats minor inconveniences as personal attacks. He acts as if hotel staff deliberately created problems just to ruin his day, never considering that issues arise despite everyone's best efforts. The sophisticated man handles complaints privately and diplomatically. He approaches the front desk calmly, explains the situation clearly, and allows staff members to propose solutions. He understands that it is very important not to give guests time to stew, and luxury hotels do not just fix the situation, but try to go a step beyond. More refined still is his understanding of timing and context. The man of true class does not lodge complaints during peak check-in hours when staff members are managing dozens of arrivals. He waits for appropriate moments, requests private conversations when necessary, and never embarrasses staff members in front of other guests. Here is what separates the truly sophisticated. He comes prepared with solutions, not just problems. If the room temperature is uncomfortable, he mentions whether he has tried adjusting the thermostat. If the view is obstructed, he asks about alternative rooms rather than simply complaining about what he received. The elegant approach involves understanding hotel operations. The refined man knows that certain requests take time, that some problems require coordination between departments, and that patience often yields better results than pressure. He treats hotel staff as partners in solving problems rather than obstacles to his comfort. But complaint management reveals something deeper about character. It shows whether you can maintain composure under pressure, whether you understand that problems are opportunities to demonstrate grace, and whether you recognize that how you handle adversity defines you more than how you enjoy success. The man of genuine class often receives exceptional service, not because he demands it, but because his reasonable approach to problems makes staff members want to exceed his expectations. Behavior. 6. Lobby behavior. That broadcasts your background. Work from the lobby if you are craving a background buzz. Check out the art or coffee shop. But draw the line at kicking off your shoes, sleeping on the couch, or spreading your meal all over the little tables. How you conduct yourself in hotel common areas reveals your understanding of shared spaces and public decorum. The man lacking sophistication treats hotel lobbies like his living room. He sprawls across seating areas, takes phone calls at volumes that disturb others, and monopolizes tables meant for multiple guests. He might even remove shoes, spread work materials across multiple surfaces, or eat messy foods without consideration for the furniture or other guests. The sophisticated man understands that hotel lobbies are shared professional spaces. He sits properly, keeps personal items contained, and conducts conversations at appropriate volumes. He respects the atmosphere that hotels work to create and contributes to it rather than detracting from it. More refined still is his awareness of others. The man of true class does not dominate seating areas during busy periods. He offers assistance to guests, managing luggage or navigating directions. He acknowledges staff members appropriately and maintains the kind of presence that enhances rather than diminishes the hotel's atmosphere. Here is the sophisticated detail that separates the refined from the rest. The high-class man understands lobby dynamics. He knows when spaces are meant for quiet work versus social interaction. He can read the room's energy and adjust his behavior accordingly. He never becomes the disruptive element that other guests remember negatively. The truly elegant approach involves treating hotel lobbies as extensions of professional networking opportunities. The sophisticated man dresses appropriately even for casual lobby time, keeps business materials organized and discreet, and maintains the kind of presence that reflects well on him should he encounter business contacts or potential partners. But lobby behavior reveals something fundamental. Whether you understand that public spaces require public manners, whether you can maintain standards even in casual environments, and whether you recognize that your behavior affects the experience of everyone sharing that space. Behavior. 7. Dining etiquette that reveals your refinement. Hotel dining situations create unique challenges that expose a man's true level of sophistication. You have scored a free breakfast. Do not abuse it. You can sample from each bowl and chafing dish, but do not pile up the food on multiple plates as if you were a circus act. Your approach to hotel dining broadcasts your social education louder than words ever could. The man lacking class treats hotel breakfast buffets like all-you-can-eat challenges. He loads multiple plates, takes excessive portions, and wastes food without thought. At hotel restaurants, he makes unreasonable demands, complains about prices as if surprised by luxury hotel rates, and treats service staff like personal servants. The sophisticated man understands buffet etiquette. He takes reasonable portions, uses serving utensils properly, and never reaches across other guests. At hotel restaurants, he studies menus thoughtfully, asks informed questions about preparations, and understands that hotel dining often reflects the property's overall standards. More refined still is his understanding of hotel dining dynamics. The man of true class knows that hotel restaurants often cater to business dining, so he maintains appropriate volume levels and professional appearance even during casual meals. He tips appropriately, understanding that hotel restaurant staff often work with the same guests repeatedly during extended stays. Here is what separates the truly sophisticated. He adapts his dining approach to the hotel's style and standards. At business hotels, he maintains professional demeanor throughout meals. At resort properties, he embraces the more relaxed atmosphere while still maintaining basic courtesy and consideration. The elegant approach involves understanding hotel dining logistics. The refined man makes reservations when appropriate, arrives punctually, and never treats hotel restaurants as convenience stores where he can grab items to take back to his room without permission. But hotel dining etiquette reveals something deeper about character. It shows whether you can maintain standards in different environments, whether you understand that meals are social experiences requiring consideration for others, and whether you recognize that your behavior reflects on your companions and business associates. The man of genuine class uses hotel dining as an opportunity to demonstrate refinement, not just to satisfy hunger. His approach to hotel meals becomes part of his overall professional presentation. Behavior 8. Technology usage that exposes your social awareness. How you handle technology in hotel environments reveals your understanding of shared spaces and social awareness. The man lacking sophistication conducts video calls in lobbies at volumes that disrupt other guests. He uses speakerphone features in public areas, plays games with sound effects, and treats hotel Wi-Fi like his personal network. The sophisticated man understands that technology usage in hotels requires the same courtesy as in-person interactions. He uses headphones for entertainment, steps into private areas for important calls, and keeps notification sounds at reasonable levels. In the digital age, reliable internet access is no longer a luxury, but a necessity, and he uses this privilege responsibly. More refined still is his understanding of professional boundaries. The man of true class does not conduct confidential business calls in areas where other guests might overhear sensitive information. He respects the hotel's technology policies and never attempts to bypass security systems or monopolize bandwidth. Here is the sophisticated approach. The high-class man comes prepared with his own technology solutions. He brings proper chargers, portable batteries, and understands that hotel technology systems might have limitations. He never makes his technology problems the hotel staff's emergency. The truly elegant detail involves understanding that technology should enhance, not replace, personal interactions. The sophisticated man puts devices away during conversations with hotel staff, makes eye contact during check-in procedures, and never allows technology to interfere with the human elements of hospitality. But technology usage reveals something fundamental about social awareness. Whether you recognize that your digital behavior affects others, whether you can balance connectivity with courtesy, and whether you understand that true sophistication involves knowing when to engage with technology and when to set it aside. Behavior 9. Concierge interactions that expose your social education. How you engage with hotel concierge services reveals more about your sophistication level than any designer luggage ever could. Concierges at luxury hotels can arrange exclusive experiences, from securing reservations at sought-after restaurants to obtaining tickets for sold-out events. Your approach to these interactions broadcasts your understanding of professional relationships and service hierarchies. The man lacking sophistication treats concierges like personal assistants, or worse, like servants. He makes demands without saying please, expects immediate results for complex requests, and shows no appreciation for the expertise required to fulfill his wishes. He might even become aggressive when told that certain requests cannot be accommodated. The sophisticated man understands that concierge services operate on relationship capital and professional networks. For routine requests, a tip of $5 to $10 is customary. For more complex or last-minute arrangements, tipping $20 or more is appropriate, reflecting the effort and connections utilized on your behalf. More refined still is his timing and request management. The man of true class provides advance notice whenever possible, understanding that last-minute requests create pressure on concierge teams. He explains his preferences clearly, but allows professionals to propose solutions rather than dictating exactly how things should be handled. Here is what separates the truly sophisticated. He builds relationships with concierge teams over multiple visits. The high-class man remembers names, asks about recommendations based on previous conversations, and treats these professionals as valuable resources rather than service providers. He understands that exceptional concierge service often depends on mutual respect and ongoing relationships. The elegant approach involves strategic appreciation. At luxury hotels, concierges may receive kickbacks from restaurants and venues to which they send guests, but the refined man still shows appropriate gratitude for arrangements that enhance his experience. He tips appropriately after services are rendered, not before, understanding that gratuities should reflect actual value provided. But concierge interactions reveal something fundamental about character. Whether you understand the difference between service and servitude, whether you can appreciate expertise in fields outside your own, and whether you recognize that the best experiences often come through collaboration rather than demands. The man of genuine class leverages concierge services to access experiences he could not arrange independently, while maintaining the dignity and respect that transform transactions into relationships. Behavior 10. Business center and common area usage that reveals your professional standards. How you utilize hotel business centers and common areas exposes your understanding of shared professional spaces and your level of consideration for other guests. The luxury concierge service market is estimated to be valued at $681.6 million in 2025, and much of this growth comes from business travelers who understand proper etiquette in hotel environments. The man lacking professional awareness monopolizes business center equipment during peak hours, spreads documents across multiple workstations, and conducts conference calls at volumes that disrupt others. He treats these spaces like his private office, showing no consideration for fellow business travelers who may have equally urgent needs. The sophisticated man approaches business centers strategically. He arrives early or during off-peak hours when possible, keeps his workspace organized and contained, and conducts sensitive conversations in private areas or his room. He understands that business centers are shared resources requiring courtesy and efficiency. More refined still is his preparation and self-sufficiency. The man of true class travels with necessary technology and backup solutions, never making his technical problems the hotel staff's emergency. He brings his own supplies when possible and leaves workstations cleaner than he found them. Here is what separates the truly sophisticated. He networks appropriately in business center environments. The high-class man can engage in professional conversations when appropriate while respecting others' need for concentration. He understands the difference between networking opportunities and intrusive behavior. The elegant approach involves discretion and professionalism. The refined man never discusses confidential business matters in shared spaces, keeps important documents secure, and maintains the same professional standards he would observe in his own office environment. But business center behavior reveals something crucial about character. Whether you can maintain professional standards in unfamiliar environments, whether you understand that business travel requires heightened awareness of professional presentation, and whether you recognize that every interaction in hotel common areas reflects on your professional reputation. Behavior 11. Departure protocol that defines your class legacy. Your departure from a hotel reveals whether you understand hospitality as a complete experience or just a transaction. The way you present yourself when you walk into your hotel can set the tone for your entire stay, but how you leave determines whether that tone was authentic or merely performative. The man lacking class leaves rooms in chaos. Towels scattered, trash overflowing, personal items abandoned, and no consideration for the housekeeping staff who must restore the space. Cleaning hotel rooms is a really hard, physically demanding, thankless job, yet he shows no awareness of this reality. The sophisticated man prepares for departure thoughtfully. He packs systematically, consolidates trash, and leaves the room in reasonable condition. The American Hotel and Lodging Association recommends leaving the tip in an envelope or next to a note to signify it is for the housekeeping staff, and he follows this protocol religiously. More refined still is his checkout process. The man of true class reviews his bill carefully but without creating delays for other departing guests. He addresses any discrepancies privately and professionally. He expresses appreciation for exceptional service and provides feedback that helps the hotel maintain standards. Here is what separates the truly sophisticated. He plans departures to avoid rush periods when possible, ensuring adequate time for proper checkout procedures. He confirms transportation arrangements in advance and never makes his poor planning the hotel staff's emergency situation. The elegant approach involves recognition and gratitude. The refined man acknowledges staff members who provided exceptional service throughout his stay. The pillow is probably the #1 place that you will see tips, as that is a clear signal that it is not lost and found, and he follows established protocols for showing appreciation. But departure protocol reveals something essential about character. Whether you understand that how you leave reflects on your entire stay, whether you can maintain standards even when the experience is ending, and whether you recognize that hospitality relationships extend beyond immediate transactions. The man of genuine class departs in a way that ensures he will be welcomed warmly on future visits, understanding that reputation in hospitality circles can influence service quality for years to come. If you want to transform your presence from amateur to sophisticated, if you want to command respect in any hotel environment, and if you want your behavior to broadcast confidence and class rather than inexperience and insecurity, subscribe to this channel and leave a like. These behaviors separate the refined from the rest, and mastering them gives you access to a level of service and respect that most men never experience. The truth is brutal but necessary, demonstrating politeness, restraint, and consideration in public spaces is a basic part of upper-class manners. Hotels magnify every aspect of your character. They reveal whether you possess genuine sophistication or just the appearance of success. Master these behaviors, and you join the ranks of men who move through luxury environments with natural confidence. Ignore them, and you will always remain an outsider looking in, no matter how expensive your suits or prestigious your business cards. Your presence in hotels should enhance the environment for everyone, including yourself. When you understand these principles, you discover that true luxury is not just about what you can afford. It is about the respect you command and the sophistication you demonstrate. Remember, elegance is not inherited. It is learned, practiced, and perfected. These hotel behaviors are your masterclass in social refinement. Comment below with just 5 words. Class is earned, not bought. If you found this valuable and want more insights into the behaviors that separate the sophisticated from the struggling, your reputation precedes you into every hotel lobby. Make sure it is saying what you want it to say. The truth about luxury hospitality is this: today's guests prioritize experiences over material luxuries, and they seek immersive travel that connects them with local culture, traditions, and unique activities. But what they often miss is that the most luxurious experience of all is being recognized and respected as a man of genuine class. These 11 behaviors separate the sophisticated from the struggling. Master them, and you join an exclusive group of men who command respect wherever they travel. Ignore them, and you will always remain that guest the staff remember for all the wrong reasons. True elegance is not about the thread count of your sheets or the vintage of champagne in your minibar. It is about the grace with which you navigate every interaction, the consideration you show to those who serve you, and the lasting impression you create through your conduct. Remember, hotels are theaters where your character performs nightly. Every gesture, every interaction, every departure tells a story about who you truly are. The question is, what story do you want your behavior to tell? Class is not inherited. It is earned through countless small choices, demonstrated through consistent behavior, and proved through how you treat others when you think no one important is watching. But in hotels, someone is always watching, and they are all important. Comment below with just 5 words. Class is earned, not bought. If you found this valuable and want more insights into the behaviors that separate the sophisticated from the struggling.